Good morning. It is a bright start to the new week. Plenty of sunshine around today, variable amounts of cloud, and it should stay at least largely dry. Now, there is the outside chance of a shower this morning.
Good morning, both. I've got a bit of everything for this week, Sal. Today is a quieter day, though. There are a few showers dotted around, particularly in parts of the north and the east. They're fairly isolated. A lot of sunshine, but then later in the day, we'll see wet and windy conditions swinging in from the west. Now, if you have an allergy to pollen, these are our levels today, high or very high across parts of southern England into the southeast. It's mostly grass pollen, but there's a little bit of weed involved in that one in the southeast as well.
You don't want to get your tomato down that top.
Dear right, John, the laundry bill will be huge. Good morning, everyone. This morning, well, we've got a lot of dry weather around. Now, there will be some showers today, but as we go through the course of this week, we're looking at rain or showers. It's going to be fairly windy at times, especially tomorrow, but cooler for us all.
Are we all going to get wet, Carol? Morning.
This week, yes, John. Good morning. At some stage, you're going to. Some of us will see some rain later on today. There's a few showers dotted around. But you can see it's a bright start in Fort Augustus and a sunny start in Richmond. Now, if you're just stepping out, it's not particularly cold. In Perth, it's 9 degrees. Good morning, Sal and John. Good morning to you too. I can tell you in one word, and that is changeable. Now, this morning is a beautiful start to the day. Look at the blue skies in Jersey. And at the other end of the country in Shetland, we also have some blue skies as well.
Thanks very much indeed, Sarah. It's been a promising start to the new week. Dry, some sunshine, lighter winds as well. Things are going to change.
Hello there, good afternoon. Well, after what was the warmest and sunniest spring on record for the UK, a change is on its way for the start of meteorological summer. But for this afternoon, at least, it stays dry with some good spells of sunshine around, just a bit of patchy cloud.
Oh, yes, indeed. Now we're into meteorological summer. But if we look back at spring this year, it was the sunniest on record in the UK. It's likely to be the warmest on record in the UK. And it was also one of the driest. Now, if you're hoping that sort of weather will continue, well, really through the rest of the week after today, it's going to be feeling a little cooler than normal for the time of year. The winds are going to be stronger. The weather will be unsettled. But ahead of it, it's a lovely day. We've got some lighter winds. We've got some spells of sunshine. And it's dry as well.
Sally's here, and there's such lovely weather as he set off this morning.
Lucky he didn't start tomorrow.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I was about to say spring is in the air, but maybe not then.
Well, spring has now finished, and we are into summer, Ronke. Meteorological summer. Do you want to hear the stats for spring? They're in. Let's take a look at this. OK, so here in Greater London, we had the warmest spring on record. We had the second sunniest on record, and the fourth driest. I think in terms of rain, we had just a third of our normal amount of rain. And so beautiful for somewhere like the Tower of London. And I'm telling you that because there's been a new survey and the Tower of London has come out as London's top attraction for visitors. So obviously built 1,000 years ago, it is the most amazing place. If you're interested, places that came second and third, Covent Garden and Buckingham Palace. And in fifth place, Camden Market, which I thought was quite interesting. Must pay to visit. Anyway, let's take a look. Here's the weather. Hello again. Well, here's a beautiful sight for your Monday evening. Look at that, a big pile of gorgeous goslings. The weather might not be too kind to them tomorrow. It is the buzzword for this week, changeable. And tomorrow we've got some cloud around and some patchy rain. And then through the rest of the week, some sunny spells, but also the risk of further showers. So a little bit of a mix out there. Eventually things improve, and then for Wednesday I mentioned some sunshine and some showers. Thursday might get something a little heavier, just keeping an eye on that, and we'll let you know. Here's the pollen. Well, I went away for a week, and when I came back, the grass pollen season had officially started. High levels for the next few days, I'm afraid, and there's also moderate levels of nettle pollen as well. That's it for now. Take care. Cheerio.
After the sunniest and warmest spring officially on record, that fine weather for some of us has tipped over into the start of summer too. This was the picture today in Weston-super-Mare. We've had some blue sky and sunshine, but don't get too used to it because things are turning much more unsettled. for the start of summer now, really. Tomorrow is going to be a pretty wet day for many of us, so outbreaks of rain. It's going to be cool and windy as well, all down to the fact that we've got low pressure approaching from the northwest.
What's in store? I mean, you know, the pressure's on. People coming from the States.
There is. What can I say? The start of meteorological summer now, and I'm afraid it's all going downhill. Oh, yeah. But some welcome rain. There is some rain on the forecast, but it is good news because for gardeners, for growers, we had such a dry spring. Not only was it one of the driest, but it was the warmest and the sunniest spring on record for the whole of the UK. So a change is on its way. But look, this was a scene sent in from one of our weather watchers earlier. Some sunshine, some cloud around. But yes, it is all going to change, I'm afraid, for tomorrow. Cloudy conditions, some outbreaks of rain. In fact, for the next few days, there will be some rain at times, some showers at times, and it will be quite breezy.
And this spring's been a double record breaker, hasn't it?
Absolutely, yeah. The stats are officially in. And as you may be aware, it has been, yes, a double record breaker, as Mary was just saying. So let's take a look at how things were for spring 2025. Sunniest on record. I can confirm that we had 653 hours of sunshine, and it's also been the warmest spring on record. Now, I reckon it would have been even higher in terms of the driest on record, but it did drop to 6, and that would have been because of the outbreaks of rain that we saw towards the end of last month. But of course, taking into consideration what happened in spring and then looking forward at summer 2025, as you may have heard, the Met Office are predicting that the summer is likely to be hotter than normal, in fact 2 times more likely, and there's going to be an increased chance of more heat waves. The last cool summer that we had, for reference, was back in 2015. Take a look at the forecast then in a lot more detail, and as we head through the course of the next few days, the graphics aren't moving on at the moment, but don't worry, we'll fix that in just a second. There we go, as if by magic of TV. Spells of rain and sunshine certainly over the next few days after this weather front comes through. Often quite cloudy and, as I say, quite windy on Tuesday, particularly up towards the north and northwest. So there you have it. A good start to the week. As I say, 22 Celsius earlier today. But for the rest of the week, I'm afraid you're going to have to keep your brolly handy. Outbreaks of rain or perhaps showers at times.
We need the rain, Alex.
We do, actually.
You know, we really do. OK, thank you for that.